that one that we love the World Cup. We're going to stay with the World Cup because players from the DRC are about to go through their final preparations for the country's first World Cup game in 52 years. Back then, in 1974, they were still known as Zaire. The players could be forgiven for having their minds on other matters. There was a war back home at the time. And the Ebola outbreak shows little sign of abating right now. But despite that, there's plenty of talk and excitement across the country. When the team qualified by beating Jamaica, there were wild celebrations across the whole country with dancing in the streets despite torrential rain. People were celebrating. And tonight, well, the
You hear me now?
Welcome.
Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmond.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAT.
CDAT.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is gangsta.
Baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know.
Now you know. And as this is loading, we got something else we're gonna let you know. I think you might have to turn up the Zoom line. Push the button. You ready?
Got it.
The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carrie Festa Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. Enjoy the show.
All right, let us know if you heard that.
Yeah, Charlie Funk. Is that you?
That's Charlie Funk.
Charlie Funk. Let's take attendance. Charlie Funk, where you at? Tiff, where you at? Miss Teresa, where you at? Hope y'all here. Nashir, where you at? Sunshine, where you at? Okay, there we go. Strana, where you at? Where you at? Y'all let us know where y'all at. Where you tapping in from this morning? So if you're watching this live and it's your first time live, let us know where you're watching from. So it was a recent public comment has sparked a lot of discussion across St. Pete. The last time I saw this video was posted by the Black Money Movement, and it was at like 44,000 views.
Wow.
It was by Brad. Was it Falbo or McCoy? I forget which one it was. He got two names. But Brad has challenged the community to revisit the historical record and ask difficult questions about transparency, compensation, and accountability during the gas plant redevelopment. You can actually see this video. If you ain't seen it and you're in St. Pete, you probably just got a totally different algorithm.
Oh, you don't want to see it.
You don't want to see it.
Oh, you skipped over it.
Because it was moving.
I ain't seen a video move like that.
That thing
in
moving.
Recent time.
Yeah, it is moving. And so some people believe he's uncovering long overdue truths about how residents, churches, and institutions were compensated when the historic gas plant community was displaced. Others believe he's raising important questions about drawing conclusions that haven't been fully proven. So either way, the conversation absolutely struck a nerve, and it's really moving around. So at its core, what he was asking about was like what really happened during the original redevelopment. Were residents really treated fairly? Were some institutions compensated differently than families? And then what records exist, and what do they tell us is some of the types of questions that he was asking in that video. And one of the statements that he made was around like three churches. And in the three different churches that he mentioned, one of them was Prayer Tower, which is, connected to the Welch family, pastored by a member of the Welch family, First Baptist Institutional. And then I can't remember what the other, did he say? I can't remember exactly what the other church was, but it was three different churches. And basically what he was saying was that wow. So he accused the city officials of violating the public records law first. That was the first thing. Because he was like, he'd been asking for stuff he haven't been able to get.
Right.
Text messages. And that was one of the things too. Y'all remember when I got on council, I got another phone?
Yeah.
Because your phone is like now part of the public record. And so they can actually request your text messages, all of that stuff. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna just get another phone.
Because the one that
for the stuff that I don't want public. Like,
right, because you still want your private life to be private, but for anybody that's calling your work phone number, this
text messages, if it's work related. So like I remember that somebody asked for text messages around gas plant. And we had to send in like all of our communications with the administration around gas plants. So he said that the city hasn't been responsive to public records requests. He accused them of violating the law. He also said he requested the records and hasn't received them. He says he reviews the newly digitized gas plant records. So I guess they just recently digitized the records from gas plant. And then he states that some churches and institutions received much larger relocation payments than many other homeowners. And so he was saying like the residents got pennies on the dollar, but some of these churches got, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the 80s. And so what do people say? What y'all say?
I'm kind of like, well, the church should have got more money than the houses because it's bigger.
A commercial property. It's
a commercial property. When you buy a house, typically it's cheaper than a commercial property.
Okay.
Let's get that out. I'm not saying right or wrong, but I'm also saying like it's your negotiation skills as well. No, I'm gonna say this because we don't. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean it's true, but
it is. But like we done been into a situation with our properties where they wanted to give us pennies to the dollar, and we held out till we didn't get pennies to the dollar.
Yeah, till you get what you're supposed to get.
Right. Yeah. So you know what I mean? I think
your realtors have a lot to do with that too.
It does, and it's knowledge. It's it's a lot of stuff. So where the people played with in their face, probably a lot of people will because you think. You get a lump sum of money up front and you ain't never had that much money. You like, okay, then you realize it ain't no money.
Yeah.
Later on, and now you complaining about the deal. When they know they can offer more, but that's just like, hey, if they're gonna let me go half off, why would I pay full price?
Right.
So do I think there was some unfairness there? I do. But do I think that they was I'm like right in the middle.
Okay. Mr. Edmond, what's your thoughts?
I mean, we know the historic record, people got bamboozled, out of their property. It's recorded. Like the price is recorded. I think this is something that's important to know for the historic record, right? When we talking about we keeping promises and when we say okay, then now let's see what was the promise. What was and really track the trail. What you call it? Pull the string.
Yes.
I think a part of pulling the string is uncovering some of these wounds that ain't properly healed. That's why it hurt. That's why people watching it several times. That's why it became one of the fastest growing videos.
Yeah.
Because it's like pulling that scab off.
Right.
And no, we didn't know these exact numbers, or we didn't know what was on the website, because there's a website or something too.
Gasplantdata.com is what he said.
Yeah.
And so it was, like I said, the video, when I saw it, it was like almost 50,000 views.
There's 67,000 right
67,000.
now. That's another 10,000 in the
last few hours, right?
So it is.
And based on the comments and what the people are saying, they're saying that the questions are fair. Many people aren't saying that wrongdoing has been proven. They're saying that the questions deserve answers.
Right.
The records deserve to be reviewed.
See, that's what I just said.
And the public deserves the transparency. This is what the people say.
I'm with the people.
Another one of the themes, another one of the major themes.
Me and the people are eye to eye.
Another one of the major themes was follow the money. It says, why were churches and institutions compensated differently? I mean, kind of the obvious thing is that they're institutions and that they're
that's the biggest, because like we get up now, you listen to the number, you be like, whoa. But I mean, when you go and buy a commercial property,
you're gonna be compensated with more, unless you start doing like proportional, right? Like when you start looking, because there's a way to see like, okay, per square footage was this proportion, per. It's a way to see if it was.
It is, but it was fair. Looking at Prayer Tower, like look at Prayer Tower and where it sits and the property that it sits on. It's pretty big.
But see, that's also a demonstration of when you get broke off for your stuff, how you can grow.
Okay.
So you can see me back then. Now look at me now.
Yeah.
Because you got me right then.
Because they got a nice piece over there.
You get what I'm saying? You got me right then. That's why I'm
and
right
the
now.
other church did too.
First Baptist
right down 16.
That's where they are now?
And that's
no, that's Bethel Metropolitan. On 16th Street, which used to be Pastor Sykes Church, is now.
Oh, okay.
No,
that's Bethel. Man, don't start me.
Okay, let's see what First Baptist is.
First Baptist is over there, I think, by the YMCA. First Baptist Institutional, maybe, but check me.
Let me see.
So other things,
do a deep dive.
The other things into but that's what this video has done. They said trust in government is low, so many comments reflect the broader frustration of distrust of politicians, distrust of development deals, and distrust of promises that are made to communities. For some, this is bigger than the gas plant. It's about whether residents believe in the government as actually working for them. And then there was another group that said, show me the evidence, because they said he was just asking questions, it sounded like might have been rhetorical questions. So they said, he was just asking questions.
Oh, you know what? First Baptist is correct. First Baptist is the one off of Gandy where everybody.
That big one.
Yes.
Ooh. Did they get big after the gas plant?
But
was they little bitty, and then they got big after, because that's a big church.
Hey, but no, listen.
But look.
Directly correlated.
Yeah.
And that's another reason. And everybody, for the most part, believe it is correlated.
Yeah.
That's why we're supposed to be recorrecting those.
So
steps,
can I say that? Now look, with the money the numbers that we spent, they look like they spent the money wisely.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. So when you hear this discussion that we talked about, so what kind of like stand out for you? Is it more of the history or the present day implications? Are you more? Did your attention go to like, oh yeah, they probably did this, or did you look at that's why they got these big institutions? Did you focus on the history, or did you focus on like the present day implications of what was happening? Good morning, Carrie. Thank you for checking in.
Good morning, Charlie. I don't know if you heard yourself this morning,
Charlie,
but
thank
you
you
was
for
on
your contribution. Club members contribute. History or present day?
I think probably a little bit of both. Like, I don't think I like separated either one.
Okay. And then Janet Michelle asked the question. She said, what's the end result? Is he talking about retroactively paying the families for the difference? Is he advocating reparations? Is he also going to investigate the pattern of real estate professionals and their role in gains with the city as well?
See, I like that. See,
yeah.
Janet, ding, because some people come in there and then they want to plant, arguments and and divide, and then that is their mission.
Okay.
Other than really trying to get something from it, because like you're saying all this happened and you want this research. What is your end goal?
Yeah, because it got people definitely looking at some folks a little sideways. I mean, more sideways, because they already been doing that and they already been critical. But this was just like another thing, right?
Right.
And I think this is a reality and a truth that need to be heard.
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of this stuff matters to people, and especially right now during the redevelopment. Hopefully, it can impact how this development look, and it become from a one-time payment to a reoccurring payment into perpetuity. Right. Because we see how big the hole is. So now let's make some more corrective steps and get us back closer. Because I think it was a lot of people. I think it was more churches than that. So I think those just the ones that got the break off.
It was about 3. They said it was like 3 or 4, right?
It was like 3 that he named, but
like 5 or more in there.
Yeah. And then the other part of it too, the ones he named, he started naming like the connections and the political affiliations. And so again, connecting dots that either could or could not be connected.
Okay, so this is the thing too. Like, okay, y'all gonna probably be mad at me like for this too. Is when you get in
Brad's on here. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, like when you get in positions, we see it like.
Tell Brad to call in.
Brad, give us a call, 727-637-2416. Mr. Edmond say tell you to call in. Because Brad in the comments too, he said, my end goal, bringing attention to the way things happen. If we know who was wrong, we should pay them back directly, not pay them back in a way that doesn't directly benefit them. Yeah. Yeah. And here's the piece. So when you talk about pay them back in a way that doesn't directly benefit them, like if I know that like you individually were robbed, but then we're going to put out this fund for the gas plant descendants that you as an individual who was robbed can, you know what I'm saying? And so I mean,
so what's the pay? Like,
so hold on. So if there's a way to make right the wrong directly, then I support that. Like if there's a way, because I know your family was there. I know your people was there. I know your people had businesses there. There are people who we can identify who are still around who were like directly impacted. But then you got like, I'm a descendant of gas plant, but you don't know where you was. Like you don't know like your gas plant connection for real.
I think it's
you know what
like
I mean?
my grandma had a bar. My grandma had a bar at gas plant. I can tell you, my great grandma.
That move you closer to the top of the line and on the reparation.
And I'm gonna tell you, like my auntie at first was so angry. My auntie was so angry that like she didn't even want to mention it when she thought about it. Oh, okay, we got to call back. We'll call after. Oh, the number will pop up. Call back after 7 minutes after the hour.
You call back after the break. In 727-637-2416. We're gonna take a real quick break and then we'll come back and we'll continue the conversation about this historic gas plant reveal. And we got to take a break.
We got to take a break. We got to pay the bill. Sorry.
Yeah.
You still can pick up the phone and say.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking exactly why 2026 is, without a doubt, the absolute most consequential year in St. Petersburg's modern history. We're looking at a definitively transformative 18-month window where foundational decisions on our leadership, our urban core, and climate resilience are all literally colliding at once. Honestly, I want you to picture the ultimate chaotic juggling act. Imagine a frantic resident trying to balance a massive baseball stadium, a swirling storm cloud, and a giant tax bill. Because, well, that's exactly what voters are facing right now. We aren't just picking a mayor this cycle. No, we are voting on the literal physical and financial future of the Sunshine City for the next 50 years. Okay, here's our quick roadmap for today. First, the 2026 St. Pete Crucible. Then, that billion-dollar baseball deal. Third, we'll hit the $600 million climate question. Fourth, taxes and municipal power. And finally, number 5, your actual 2026 action plan.
All right, let's jump right into part 1, the 2026 St. Pete Crucible. This is that definitively transformative 18-month window.
So, for residents, these are the absolute critical deadlines you need to circle on your calendar right now. Your window for shaping the city really kicks off with the candidate qualifying deadline on May 29th. From there, we're sprinting straight into the August 18th primary election. And if no one secures a clear majority, the whole thing culminates in the monumental November 3rd general election. These dates are the exact focal points where all these massive local issues are going to be decided.
Looking at the board, we've got a pretty crowded executive contest. And just to be clear, we aren't endorsing anyone here, just neutrally looking at the options. We have incumbent Mayor Ken Welch, whose platform is deeply tied to his 86-acre redevelopment plan and a massive climate bond. But he's facing formidable challengers. You've got former Governor Charlie Crist, who obviously brings huge name recognition, and current City Council member Brandy Gabbard, who's been fiercely critical of exactly how infrastructure spending is being distributed across different districts. The political stakes for residents here? Yeah, they couldn't be higher.
Moving into part 2, the billion-dollar baseball deal. This is the historic gas plant versus the Tampa pitch.
Now, there is a fascinating dual-track race happening right now. In St. Pete, the city is actively selecting developers this May for the historic gas plant district. This is an 86-acre site that represents the largest redevelopment opportunity in the entire region, especially with the Tropicana Field lease expiring soon. But meanwhile, right across the bay, Tampa is debating a $2.3 billion ballpark proposal for the Rays over at the Hillsborough Community College campus, and they are racing toward a June 1st deadline for binding agreements. But the absolutely crucial point here is this staggering number, $1.065 billion. That's the proposed public contribution the Rays are asking for from Hillsborough County and the city of Tampa to make their new stadium a reality. It's a massive funding stack that relies heavily on tourist development taxes and community investment tax dollars. And as you might expect, it has sparked some fierce cross-party debate.
And this quote perfectly captures the exact tension voters and officials are wrestling with. Tampa City Council member Bill Carlson says he's fiscally conservative and wants to make sure public money is used wisely, but he also acknowledges the stadium would go in a place that could really use the development. It's kind of the ultimate municipal dilemma, right? Is it a billion-dollar public giveaway, or is it a transformative anchor for mixed-use development? Okay, shifting gears to part 3, the $600 million climate question, also known as the St. Pete Agile Resilience Bond. Look, recent hurricanes like Helene and Milton completely exposed the vulnerabilities in St. Pete's aging infrastructure. Right now, the city uses a pay-as-you-go approach funded strictly by utility fees. The problem? That's going to take until 2050 to finish necessary upgrades, carrying a huge risk of inflation and delays. So officials are proposing a general obligation or GEO-bond to front-load $600 million right now. This would accelerate 5 years of projects to harden the city's stormwater and sewer systems. Let's translate this massive bond directly to your kitchen table. If voters approve the bond, the cost gets distributed across property taxes, adding an estimated $96 annually per $100,000 of taxable property value. But if the bond fails and the city tries to accelerate these projects through the existing model, households could face a staggering $486 hike in their utility rates.
But this definitely isn't an easy sell. Councilmember Mike Harding raises a really fascinating philosophical question. How do we go through that process of how resilient is too resilient? When you spend millions hardening one single water plant so it doesn't shut down for 12 hours, well, that's money you can't spend anywhere else. Plus, candidates like Brandy Gabbard are pointing out that these proposed projects aren't evenly distributed across the city's districts. So it's this massive debate over equity and economic timing.
All right, diving into part 4, taxes and municipal power. We're talking fiscal squeezes and the Duke Energy expiration.
While the city is considering taking on $600 million in bond debt, they are simultaneously
Ever for the
And guess what, y'all? Just like that.
We're back.
We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back.
Back to boom. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmond.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
The new
Gangster.
baby.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. Now you know. And we also got to let y'all know, Charlie Funk want to let y'all know on our behalf.
Go ahead.
The Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carrie Festa Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. Enjoy the show.
You heard what he said. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, and look, and this is more than a show, y'all. This is actually a community meeting, and we want to invite y'all to participate. And so we just facilitating the conversation. And so y'all join the conversation, 727-637-2416.
You're part of the club.
And get in the comments, because you are the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club too. We have to do
now listen. Now here we go.
Subscribe. Start there and you in.
Right, and that's it. And listen to us. So we were at a hot topic prior to going on break. Brad was gonna call back. Brad, you're gonna have to hold on because we do have another caller.
Okay.
And then we're gonna let this caller come in, and then we're gonna talk about Rock the Block.
Okay.
Right? And then we'll come back to the topic after that. Y'all.
Right on. And so on the line, we have Kiva Williams with Rock the Block talking about the Juneteenth Festival. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. It's actually Balaji. She does the PR.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm just responding to emails. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us about the organization and what you got going on.
Hi, everyone. My name is Balaji. I'm with Rock the Block. We started Rock the Block in 2021, and we've been hosting the annual Juneteenth Festival at Raymond James Stadium for the past now 6 years. We are all about reconditioning our communities, creating safe spaces and cultural festivals and events that center our community, our people, and of course provide free resources. And it's a free community festival as well.
And you said you started in 2021. Was that when they passed the law, or was that before the law?
It was actually 2 days before our festival that they passed the law. So
nice.
We were already planning it. We were going up and, still, promoting everything. But once it went in, everybody was calling me, sending me the newspaper articles, sending me everything. And 2 days before, so the 17th, our festivals are actually on the 19th on Saturday. And so it amplified the voice, amplified the festival, and we've been going up since.
I appreciate that. And for those who may be in a bubble and might have heard about Juneteenth, visibility for Juneteenth is going over, but everyone doesn't know the history. Why do you think it's important for us to celebrate and educate people around Juneteenth?
The education starts with the fact that even with Tampa or Florida altogether, almost 2 months or a month before Galveston, Texas, heard the news of the emancipation, Florida itself was emancipated. So we try to make sure that we educate people on all of the emancipation across the country so that they just don't think about the last message reaching the people. But the message finally reached Galveston, Texas on June 19th in 1865. And that's when they received the message that almost 2 years before, a year and some change, that Abraham Lincoln had signed the Emancipation Proclamation that had freed the slaves. And so our thing was to make sure we educate people and then look at what we're doing right now. How can we now look at the community? What can we do? And how can we amplify our voices and move forward for culture, for purpose, everything, and legacy.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. And so tell us about the festival. It's the Juneteenth festival. What can families expect when they come out?
Well, first, it's going to be a free festival for the past couple of years. So all you have to do is reserve your ticket on rocktheblockinc.com. That's ROCtheblockinc.com. We have an incredible kids zone, play zone, and it's a free music festival as well. So we're going to be having Tom G performing this year for the second year in a row. And we're actually bringing in a performer from the state. Her name is Jade Nova. She's been doing things nationally, and we wanted to bring her into the city, into Tampa Bay, so that Tampa could also explore and, just get to know and see some different vibes as well. And we're also highlighting different local Tampa natives and talent, incredible food vendors, incredible shop vendors. It's going to be an incredible day, and this is 6 years, so it's been incredible so far.
Nice. Good stuff. And so how's the energy been? Y'all been doing real nice out there?
Yeah, so doing it at the stadium has been, different than at local parks and everything.
Okay.
So all you have to do is when you arrive is your parking. So we encourage everyone to, get their parking and everything online prior, because on site, the stadium handles all parking. And so we have nothing to do with that at that time. So we encourage people to get things cheaper online.
Sure.
You could purchase your seats. We set up, we have a VIP section. We have premium seating. And of course, like we said, it is a free event, free festival, so access is free. And then with the festival being at the stadium, it is a lot of space. So we can accommodate so many people. Over the past couple of years, we have accepted more than 13 to 15,000 people each year.
Wow.
And it's just been wonderful. In 2024, we were actually inside on the main field.
Oh, wow.
But we realized that, it was just better to be outside because there was just more space to move around. So we shut down Tampa Bay Boulevard, and all the food trucks and food vendors are all lined up on the street. And then we have the main field that we utilize, which is lot 60. We put our staging there, and it's just massive, and we continue to grow. And so we're hoping that, more people come. We're bringing people from outside of the state, and even some people from outside the country have come. And it's all about the message, because understanding history is the fact that Black Americans, this is the holiday to celebrate them, their emancipation, and understand that they have also galvanized other emancipation and cultural shifts across the world. So that's what we're doing to honor.
No, and I'm glad you said that, because I was going to ask you about the message and the impact and what you hope people walk away from the event with after they leave. You know what I mean? And so thank you for sharing that. One thing we talk a lot about here is we're like building community, rebuilding community. And so how do events like this, you think, help to strengthen, relationships and communities?
Absolutely. So we have hosted this past year, and we weren't able to actually put it together this year, but we have a youth summit.
Okay.
It's a free youth summit for all the children across the Tampa Bay area and beyond. We have a free healthcare and health and community conference. And then we also have a community symposium where we can have some civic conversation.
Nice.
And I say civics on purpose, because we invite our local electeds and advocates, community partners to come there to educate people on what they should know about their local politics, because just looking at the national politics is not going to help us. We have to focus on the local aspects. So we always make sure that we're educating people, that we have a couture ball, because the arts is really important. Us as a people, music, art, fashion, all of those things, we created it. Because we created it, we want to honor that, especially that. And then we have a family fun day at Top Golf, which is a day for everyone to come in. And we still provide those free resources. We talk about food insecurities, all those things. And then, of course, the main music fest at the stadium. So that's what we've been doing.
No, that's amazing. And then
what time does it start again?
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
Oh, sorry.
We're gonna get there. But I wanted to ask you about, because I hear 13,000 people. I heard about the vendors, and so if there's somebody who's listening to this now and they want to pull up and maybe be a vendor or a sponsor or a community partner, how can they get involved?
Go to rocktheblock.com. That's ROCtheblock.com. We are still accepting vendors.
Okay.
And still accepting community partners, sponsors, because it does take a lot of money to make this happen. Making a free community festival is not easy. So
sure.
I appreciate the opportunity to let people know, yes, please still send us some money. We are taking donations as well. There's still a lot of things that we're still trying to cover between, Sembo, all those things. So it does take a community to make this happen. And we want to thank all the sponsors so far, all the vendors who signed so far. And we just want to continue to move forward and to make this a most incredible celebration.
That's amazing. And now let's talk logistics. Give us date, time, and we got locations, Raymond James Stadiums, but what day, what time?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So Saturday, June 20th is Raymond James Stadium, Lot 6C. You're going to come through parking at Lot 6, and we are opening doors at 2 p.m. So pull up. We may let you in a little early, but doors open at 2 p.m. and our program starts at 2:30, and we're going to 9:30. And again, Tom G, local native to Tampa, he will be headlining, and we're bringing in a musician from out of town. His name is Jay Milton. And don't forget, we are having a family fun day at Top Golf this Friday, Juneteenth. So we hope everyone will come celebrate and come join us together.
No, I love that. And when people leave this year's Juneteenth festival, what's one feeling or one message of hope that they should take with them?
I appreciate you saying feeling. I want them to feel loved. I want them to feel embraced. I want them to see community, because there is a lot going on. And being even more intentional about keeping things low cost. We haven't increased any pricing from last year whatsoever. Not just it being free, but we will even drop the longer of those things, because we see prices increase just for us in general, but we have not tried to offset that on the people at all. So we want them to feel love, feel sense of community, because you're going to commune with one another, laughter, just the essence of Blackness. And so we want to impart that for everyone.
No, I love that. I appreciate that. You got anything?
No.
All right. So if there was a final message or a final thought that you wanted to leave the people with, what would that be?
Again, my name is Balaji. I'm from Rock the Block. That's ROC the Block. And we hope that you will join us this weekend for Juneteenth. This is year 6, and we hope to see everyone tomorrow on Friday, June 19th, Juneteenth specifically, at Top Golf for our Family Fun Day. Or, of course, show up at Raymond James Stadium for free for the annual music fest. It's going to be incredible. And we hope to see you all. Head over to rocktheblock.com. That's ROCtheblock.com. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling, Balaji. We appreciate you.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
All right, y'all. If you're tuning in now, you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams WUJM. We just had a wonderful conversation with Balaji from Rock the Block. You can get more information about the event by going to rocktheblock.com. We put that in the chat as well.
And that's Saturday.
That's this Saturday, 2 p.m. at Raymond James Stadium. And she said they had 13,000 people last year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a pretty big event.
Pretty big. So, now, and the day before, we can do Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Backyard.
The backyard boogie.
Yeah, okay. On the deuces.
I got backyard boogie on the deuces. I don't know why that take me back to Leesburg for some reason. We used to backyard and boogie back in the little country town up there. So Juneteenth. I mean, of course, this Friday, Juneteenth. What is your Juneteenth story? Do you have a Juneteenth recollection? Did you grow up understanding Juneteenth, knowing what it was and all of that stuff? What's your Juneteenth?
Not until I got older.
Yeah.
Not until I got older. I can't, yeah.
Okay.
They didn't talk about Juneteenth in Pinellas County schools.
Okay.
They probably didn't talk about it nowhere in nobody's schools, for real.
Okay.
I mean, somebody knew about it.
Usually what happens, so in my mind, what happened is
so when did you find out? That's what
like,
when you talking about what they didn't do, when did you find out?
When I got grown, like
like a couple years ago when Biden said it, or
no, I know before Biden. It's like when you go to college.
Okay.
Like, when you go to college, it's a whole nother world that you open up, and that's when you become this revolutionary, because now you really on your Black
heard that
Power
story
stuff.
multiple times.
You know what I mean? Because that's when your life
you get exposed to different things. Yeah.
And so you be like,
hold on, caller. So my Juneteenth engagement was Miss Jeannie Blue. Shout out to Miss Jeannie Blue. And it was, I want to say, the early O's, maybe like 05, something like that. And she used to do these Juneteenth celebrations at Campbell Park. And so that was kind of my introduction to Juneteenth. And I think she introduced a lot of people locally to Juneteenth, but that was my Juneteenth. Yeah.
All right. Hey, caller, introduce yourself.
Hey, this your boy Damian Davis, comedian Dave. What's up?
What up? I hear Zay in the background.
Right.
Yeah. Hi. That's why I called, because I knew it. I'm glad for you being honest, Q, because I ain't hear about Juneteenth to the pandemic.
Okay, see what I'm saying?
I see all these Juneteenth African blue bottom posters, and they don't replace Juneteenth with the Father's Day. Yeah, I'm telling y'all better stay woke. They're trying to come in with Juneteenth and make it forget about the daddies. I seen 30 Juneteenth flags, about 2.5 Father's Day flag. When y'all gonna remind us 2 hours before Sunday?
I hear that.
I'm kind of angry about the whole thing. Well, we ain't even got no firecrackers for Juneteenth. Well,
okay.
Man, what's going on? What we gotta have spears and darts? Well, how we celebrate?
Man, look,
I don't know how to pop it off. I want to set it out.
I think we in the space where right now you get to decide.
You show,
and listen, you get to create your own Juneteenth
and the fireworks
tradition.
are out because 4th of July is around the corner.
Right round.
And so you see, they got all the little tents.
I already know that. Black people start buying fireworks around me.
For real.
Then we pop them all the way to September. So
you're right. I
really
do.
Just letting y'all know. And don't forget, I know y'all remember about Juneteenth, but July 11th, comedian Damian Davis breaking to the St. Pete with my coming discussion. I picked the whole the other one back because I'm looking for a different set of eyes. I need everybody in the building. Look out for the heavy promo. But Juneteenth, well, I'm talking about Father's Day. It's two daddies in there.
Let's
right. Talk about Father's Day.
That's right.
Y'all talk about that. I like Juneteenth, but I feel like it's a come up for everybody.
I hear that. No, I appreciate it.
I ain't learned about it till I was sitting in the house and the pandemic ain't had nothing else to do. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad Q said. I was like, whoa, what Spotify said. Everybody act like they been
right, like they been on that
Juneteenth for all their life, knowing they lying.
That's true.
But you do what y'all doing, man.
Knowing you ain't nobody.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
No white folks ain't told us nothing about no Juneteenth. The only time you learn about that, you wouldn't want your Jamaican friends or African friends. So you didn't even know what it was. You thought it was so you catch on your feet. I'm glad y'all told what it is.
Absolutely.
Y'all continue.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Juneteenth. Yeah, most people ain't learning till recently. I was just blessed to go to Campbell Park one day and see Miss Jeannie Blue.
Yeah. Just going to college and then just meeting other people, and then that's when it really came out. And then like they had small things like festivals and stuff like that. Like at that Cheyenne performed at, like the Harrister Festival and stuff like during that time that she did it and they talked about it. But that's really where it came from. But like in high school and stuff like that, no.
I hear that. Right on. And it's What's on Your Mind Wednesday, y'all. So definitely feel free. Give us a call, 727-637-2416. What's up with Enterprise Village, man? Somebody said something about Enterprise Village and it was a conversation.
They said it was a conspiracy with Enterprise Village. It's a hot take.
Okay.
That going to Enterprise Village, they don't teach you entrepreneurship.
Okay.
They only teach you to work or to be an employee. And not that the real world is 9 times sometimes you gotta be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And they saying they missed that.
They missed that lesson at Enterprise Village.
They missed that shot.
Okay. That they okay. I didn't go to. I missed my Enterprise.
Enterprise Village. Enterprise Village.
I was going to ask you.
Is a Pinellas County like little small town for children, where the children be the mayor, the banker, the McDonald's, and all the different things in the city. That's what Enterprise Village is.
Right, and originally it was to teach you how to balance your checks, how to get your pay, how to you get your paycheck.
Here we go. Let me do it this way. Let's see. Google is the Enterprise Village program is an immersive, hands-on economic education experience that allows 5th and 6th grade students to role play as working adults and consumers in a simulated miniature town. It teaches vital real-world skills like budgeting, teamwork, and financial literacy. And the conversation now is saying, like, it didn't teach us to be entrepreneurs. It taught us to be workers and consumers, because they said it's like you have.
That's the hot take.
That's the hot take. So what's your take? Did you do Enterprise Village, and did you miss the opportunity for entrepreneurship in those conversations? What did we even know that? Like that was a thing to even be paying attention to.
To be honest, back then that wasn't a thing. Back then,
then it was.
But I think that's the
but
point.
it did. But no, but like now, like my niece now just had to come up with a business plan. Now, mind you, she's 8. She just turned 8.
Yeah, you're right. You were telling us about that.
They had to come up with a business plan.
Okay.
They had to come up with their marketing strategy and everything.
What school she go to? Is public school?
She's a charter school.
Okay.
But they're across the bridge. But she went in there and but they had but they went in and set up their own little business and they sold out.
Okay, yeah, I remember you were saying how well they did, but it never dawned on me that wasn't in public school, but because I don't think they're doing those kind of assignments in public school. And to the point, it was like our indoctrination. The answer to why I got to go to school when I was in 5th and 6th grade was so that you can get a good job. Like that was the response. It wasn't necessarily about the education. It was about the job. If you graduate from school, you get your chances of getting a good job is better.
I think that's the
that what they used to tell me. That what you look like that. You know your house. So this is you got to remember that your household was different. Because most of us were told.
Why you told?
Yeah, when you say, "Mama, why I got to go to school?" What she said?
Probably to get a good job. I can't. But what I'm saying is,
is
that like,
okay, don't roll your eyes like I'm saying something.
What I'm saying is, no, I'm rolling my eyes because sometimes, and I'm not saying that we're not right, right? But what I'm saying is we're not all the way. They're not.
Yeah, you're not all the way wrong
either. Yeah. And like sometimes we so woke that we just like everything wrong. They ain't did nothing right. You know what I mean? Like, like when you look at it, like Enterprise Village is supposed to be, like they say, teach you how to balance your checkbook, spend properly, and be the consumer, and make sure that you don't overspend while you get your paychecks and help you balancing your checkbooks and stuff. That was my experience, right? And it gives you something. We still need that, right? And to say, well, you didn't do the entrepreneur, like I get it, but like. And now this is a good conversation to go into maybe.
I'm on the woke brother side of the hot take.
Though, right? Yeah. So how did you get your job in Enterprise Village?
I have no idea.
They pick you.
You had
did you apply for your job at Enterprise Village?
They pick you. So
you tell them
who they put into the McDonald's.
Right? Versus who they put in the bank. So do this, y'all. If you went to Enterprise Village, give us a call. Tell us what your job was. You remember your Enterprise Village job?
I do remember. I was the manager of St. Pete Times, and I remember how they picked us. They asked us what jobs we wanted, and we had to write out why we wanted it, right?
Okay.
Now, my grandfather also worked at St. Pete Times, and that's probably, but I was so happy that I ended, but I wanted to be the mayor, but Teresa ended up being the mayor. doing that.
How she got to be the mayor?
I don't know, because she ain't nowhere near mayor
rigged.
at this point. So listen.
Oh, that ain't right.
No. But usually they look at
Hey.
Remember us?
No, that was a girl. But I'm just saying,
And you ain't turned out to be, you ain't grew up to be the mayor.
But listen, but then my cousin
How
Keisha
about
worked
that,
at
Teresa?
Florida Power,
Okay.
right? At that time, when Cheyenne went in, she was a DJ.
Okay.
Right. So they do look at your personalities and see where you possibly, you know what I mean? So
Okay. I hear that, and I ain't hear no young black men in that equation, because they look at us.
I'm trying to, I can't remember. So the thing is, I can't
they
tell
look
you
at,
what
boy, you gonna be at McDonald's going on over there.
I can't tell you
You gonna
about
be
the
the
black
janitor.
men that was in my class. I
Yeah.
remember me and Keisha cousins.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? I know Keisha, but if my male cousin went with me at that, I would probably remember what they was.
Okay. I hear that.
What you was, Jabbar?
I was a lawyer.
Okay.
So there you go. See?
And that kind of makes sense.
The town lawyer.
Yeah.
So,
You don't remember who picked you? They just came to you one day and say, you're going to be the lawyer.
No.
They okay, so they
They
did you.
picked me for
They
that.
ain't do you all the way dirty.
He said he was at the tip service.
Tip service at it. So you the one that was. Just go between jobs right now. What's your job? Looking for one. That's my job. Real time. And so I saw there was a conversation around Kanye West.
Okay.
That's been in the news too. Yeah.
Yes, that was in the news.
And so it's around, and it's a conversation around free speech. Like, I guess the headline would be, do free speech rights apply to people we disagree with?
They should.
Ooh,
Do free speech
that's
apply
a great way to
to the
turn
people
this
we
into a
disagree with?
conversation.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a good way. It's good.
Yeah.
Because we all have people we disagree with,
Yeah.
and should they have a right
Yeah.
to have their opinion? And I would
Put it in the chat. Yes or no,
I
y'all.
would
Let us know.
boldly say
Come on, y'all. Come on,
yes.
club members. We count on y'all.
I would boldly say yes, that the ulterior opinion matters because it's important into having a discourse.
Yeah.
Now I don't know, because the concert venue to me
Okay. So
shoulders, they booked this act.
and they were saying that
They booked this act.
it was like they consider all the things. Yeah.
They knew what was going on, and I think they're looking at the $1 billion that it will bring into the economy,
Mhm.
because they had what they call the Taylor Swift effect,
Okay.
right? And the Beyonce effect, where these acts come into town and they raise billions of dollars
Yeah.
in tax revenue. So I think it's interesting. I'm
Yeah.
looking to see how it play out.
And so
It's still going.
So for those who didn't see the story, there's the controversy that's brewing is right here. It's across the bridge. Rapper Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, is scheduled to perform. He's doing 2 concerts at Raymond James Stadium later this month, and a number of political leaders, including Rick Scott, Senator Rick Scott, Senator Ashley Moody, and former Governor Charlie Crist are calling on the Tampa Sports Authority to cancel the show. They want to cancel the show because of alleged anti-Semitic. Say it again.
Who was it called?
Who called?
Yeah, who called?
Who called the ball? Who called the principal? The ones who called the principal was Senator Rick Scott, Senator Ashley Moody, and former Governor Charlie Crist. They are calling the Tampa Sports Authority. They're calling on them to cancel the show.
I thought I heard that.
They're saying because of repeated anti-Semitic statements and a recently released song called Hail Hitler. Many people believed he should not be given the platform. Others argue that free speech protections don't disappear simply because someone says offensive things. So that's why we're asking this question. Do free speech
in like France or something?
Yeah.
Another country?
Yeah.
I don't think they got free speech in that country though. I don't know the laws, but I don't know. I mean, I think the people thought about this, man, when they booked this act, man. They know who coming to their stadium.
Okay.
How you going? I think it is. They say it was 1 million people in the queue to buy tickets.
Ooh.
1 million
That wanted tickets to the show. Yeah.
buy tickets.
So are all of those people anti-Semites too?
No.
Come on, man.
1 million though.
Yeah.
1 million.
I mean, he sold out. So he sold. You got to think that he sold out a stadium of like 80,000. Was it 80,000?
Yeah.
Like, and then they canceled it. He sold out 2 days of 80,000, and then they end up canceling it.
Yeah.
So at this point, just because listen, that's a privately owned building.
Oh, it is. I thought the city owned it, or the sports authority owned it.
Oh, that's what they're saying. They're saying that the
Who
sports
owns the building? Who owns
Raymond James Stadiums? Y'all keep that going.
Because I think when we get down to the bottom of it, I mean, I think they knew what they was booking. I don't think they knew it was going to be senators coming out against it.
They knew that.
I think they probably did.
Listen, if a whole country council, you don't think nobody else is like something.
It's publicly owned by Hillsborough County.
But who
the venue is managed and operated on behalf of the county by the Tampa Sports Authority. The Tampa Bay And
the Sports Authority is having issues right now, right? They have a vote today. And really saying that they can't fight none of the sports authority people. It's crazy.
So what's the vote? I didn't hear what you.
So they having a vote around their chairman or their commissioners. I don't know how you call them.
Okay, so like the board.
The board.
Okay,
yeah.
and they having some internal issues with their board.
Yes. So it's also around the Rays Stadium because they're saying that they would rather refurbish the Raymond James Stadium than buy the Rays a new stadium.
Okay.
So that's
they rather fix the old one than buy a new one.
Yeah. I mean, economics. It makes sense.
Wait. They rather put the money, not buy the Rays team, basically not get
not get them a new stadium.
Not get them a new stadium.
But invest in
the stadium they already got.
The same thing that we was asking them to do here. it makes sense.
But but just think about it. That stadium is for football.
It don't matter.
So that Rays, see,
They can flip it. They can flip it for a concert. They can flip it for a baseball game.
Look, you treated us like crap, and then you wanted to go over there because you thought it was better.
No, they still.
But I'm just saying, like
they still got a foot in the door over here. They ain't gone.
They not gone. But what I'm saying is, like they was ready. They was ready to leave us for them, and now they treating them like they treat us.
And now and they was ready to receive them. And they was like, well, just don't worry about it. Come to Tampa. And then now they get to Tampa and they like, y'all should have stayed in St. Pete with that mess.
New stadium? What you mean? You better accept what we give you.
Perfectly good stadium.
You better accept what we give you. You don't know you in Tampa. You ain't in St. Pete. Like, you should stay in St. Pete with that.
With the Pinky Jerry curl wig on too for Friday.
The grass ain't green on the other side. That's all I'm
green
saying.
Where you water it.
It is.
So they still. I mean, keep your eyes on that, and then depending on how you feel about it, y'all. If if you're a free speech advocate and you feel like these people who are advocating to stop that are not that, Ashley Moody is going to be on the ballot this year, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Ashley Moody is running. That's the seat I think Angie Nixon is running. I think Angie Nixon is challenging Ashley Moody.
And what we find out in history is that like it ain't as simple as we think everything is. Like once you start unfolding and people have different views and different connections, and that doesn't necessarily make them wrong. And just because your views is different don't mean that you hate anybody.
Janet say the money looking funny. And we all know what that is, boy. Oh my God. What else you got, man?
I'm back to
politics with Mr. Edmond.
I was back to the number one politics.
Because we never circle back.
To the gas plant?
Yep. Well, what we would do first.
Okay.
We'll talk about the upcoming mayor candidates. Right.
Okay.
Because we got also
candidate forum.
We got some candidates forum coming.
I want to say this. Kudos to you.
Okay.
Your post, your post, and you made a nice stance. Most people don't.
So what? First, what?
Okay. She's framing the story. We asked you. Now Q got it. Take it, Q.
But cool. I'm gonna go to kudos to you because it is like a lot of people reach out for endorsements, and there's a lot of people that you respect. And then once you endorse one person, then it seems like the person you might respect somebody else, and they feel some type of way, right? And you stood on that you're not endorsing, not a soul, and that you respect a lot of people on there, and that your vote is going to be your vote, and then what your job is to do is inform. Kudos out to you.
Thank you.
because
Appreciate that.
I stand with that because it is a lot of pressure when people, because you respect people. Like there's people that you really like, right? And they be like, and then you be like, okay, but once I endorse you, there's somebody else you run against that I like as well. Yeah. Right. And so,
it's definitely a spot. And I haven't, like, I've been in this spot before, but never like this. You know, being a former city council member.
You done built relationships.
It's that endorsement. Like, it's one thing to be endorsed by, Brother John, the activist or the advocate or the community guy, but to be endorsed by a former city council member, apparently that means a little more to people. And so I did get a lot of calls, some with a little more pressure than others. Wow. And some, with surprises.
And then you just stole my shine too, because I was about to go to Daryl too.
Okay. Yeah, no, we coming. We coming. That's all part of the stage. And it's interesting because I got a call about an endorsement, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna just put this up. Because y'all know me too, like it may take a couple of days, 24 to 48 hours for me to get back to you. And so as I'm letting these things sit and just thinking about it before I respond, I'm like, you know what, I'm just not going to do none of this stuff this year. And that was just kind of like my personal position. And then like an hour later, I saw the announcement that Daryl Rousson actually did two endorsements.
Yes.
And so,
which I ain't mad about it either.
So do we have that anywhere?
Who made the rule? You can't
in the same race.
In the same
because you
race.
Can look at, because you want me to tell you, a lot of people are comparing, and you will see that and be like, "These are my two choices," right?
But it was kind of confusing for me, right?
It was
because I think I seen a post, saying they had the endorsement, and then I seen like a response or a story. Saying, okay, well, no,
I endorse too. Okay, so come on, man, we could talk about this. This is publicly available data. So Ken Welch put out an saying that he was endorsed by Daryl Rousson.
So, but I seen Charlie.
So Charlie Chris put out the thing saying he was endorsed by Daryl Rousson.
Yeah, I seen Charlie.
Okay, gotcha. So one of them was saying I got this again, retiring senator, 18 years in politics. So those endorsements, that stuff means, because now people who voted for, Senator Rousson, they're saying, okay, well, who is Senator Rousson voting for in this election? That'll give them some indications on whether, that person is aligned with their values and what they want to do. That's kind of I guess the logic behind endorsements, right?
So
Brother John supports you and I support Brother John, so I'm gonna support you too. I guess it's kind of like that's the idea.
The idea of it is that, like, we know that unfortunately most voters don't go and deep dive. Not all, but most of them don't. And they rely on the people that they trust.
Okay.
Or people to go ahead and kind of push them the right way. So if they are Brother John supporters, like you said, or, and they believe in your values, they're thinking that you're not going to endorse somebody that don't align with what you say. So if I don't have time to research who Brother John know what? Brother John ain't never did me wrong. I'm
gonna follow this endorsement. Yeah.
And that's it. But that's what happens when you look at it.
I'm just not confident enough with too many of them to do that right now,
and that's fine.
I mean, because it is what it is. But here's the other part of it, and from I read a little. I was trying to find it, but I can't find it. But I read a little bit of the article, and what Senator Rousson said was that basically he was endorsing the two top. So if it come out like. Because, it's a crowded field. I think it may be 5 or 6 people in there now.
Yeah.
And so basically he was saying this is who he want the top 2 to be. And if you got those top 2, I guess in his mind, you can't really lose with either one of them is the logic behind the dual endorsement. But something that I haven't seen, I don't ever remember seeing a dual endorsement.
Do as you please.
Yeah.
Like, it's your vote. Like, I mean, you can only vote once, but then.
But that's what I'm saying.
But that takes the pressure out.
Yeah.
So then
voting by association, right?
But then then makes your vote people who mess with Daryl.
Yeah.
That makes them go into the research and do a deep dive on them too, if they're following where he at. Because at this point, he's saying, hey, if I had these are the two my top 2 right now.
Yeah.
Boom. And then he, once he in there, he gotta narrow it down to one or the other.
Yeah, he probably already have, but just don't want to say publicly, like a lot of people right now. It's politically expedient, as they say.
And I think a lot of people are just trying to get information, and like, I think they can be swayed either way depending on how these debates go. And
some people are truly undecided, and then some people, like Brother John said, they know who they going for, but rather not say. And I'm gonna say this: voting is one of the most private acts you can do. That's why you go behind the box.
Yeah.
And they hide you. It's up to you to disclose who you voting for. Yeah. And it's up to you to even talk about your vote, right? Because I think what people feel is an unreal pressure.
Okay.
Right? Or they people, they associations, they groups, they feel they can't really vote their conscience because it may be against the beliefs of the people they're around.
Or it might be your friend that you respect, but I don't like your policy.
Yeah.
Like, I may like you as a person, but I don't want you to be my leader. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true too.
And then
so how does that translate? Like in the whole grand scale though? And like right now, we're in 2 cities really. Tampa is having a mayor's race. St. Pete's having a race. We having a governor's race. We got senators' races.
We got new Congress districts and lines. Yeah.
So it is so much right now, and trying to decipher all this because it's going to be a big ballot. I'm just predicting.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big ballot with a lot of stuff on it. You're going to have the taxes, the house taxes bill on it. We might have another marijuana bill on it. We might have who knows what else on these ballots. How are we gonna help people decipher through this stuff?
We got some support coming. We calling in some reinforcements. Y'all stay tuned next week, and then next Wednesday on What's on Your Mind Wednesday, we're actually gonna be kicking off something. We'll announce it on Friday, and so we're gonna do our part to make sure that you have some of the answers to that question.
And a good thing, I like the idea that like you or like the Tampa Bay do as you please, but as the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, that this is a platform where everybody is welcome, right? And we want people to get the information.
You are the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club too, y'all. It's not just us. Y'all the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club too. If you're watching and you're tuning in, you got to subscribe to the page though. You got to all you got to do is like the page. Once you like the page, you become a member of the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Yeah, so go ahead and do that, and it's for us. This is not just again about us. And so what's on your mind? Share it. What's on your mind Wednesday, 727-637-2416. What are your thoughts on this endorsement process? And can you endorse 2 people? I guess apparently you can. Like, that's the thing.
I mean, I think really right now in politics, I wouldn't be surprised of nothing I see.
Okay.
Right? Because this race is very close already.
Yeah.
It's not blind side to nobody, because these are deep politicians. They done been politicians like pretty much all my life.
Yeah, and so you think that the clear, you know how they talk about and they label front runners. Do you think that those are the 2 front runners? Like Kristen and the incumbent Mayor Welch? You think that those 2 are going to be?
I think. Listen, I
like it's kind of.
They can be upset.
I think there could be upset. I can be upset. I done been on the campaign where
there was an upset. Yeah.
Right. So, and I mean, honestly, if you do the work and you get the people, you can do an upset.
You can do an upset. Yeah.
You can do the upset.
You had more votes than the former governor and the former county
commissioner. Yeah.
And
incumbent mayor.
And some people have voted for both these people at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In different seats, probably. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why.
So you don't see anybody else being able to move Charlie Crist or what happens if the incumbent don't make it out of the primary? Ooh. What happens then? Like, I mean, that just dawned on me. Because it's like always like a conclusion that the incumbent kind of got the incumbent's advantage. Because I'm not seeing incumbent's advantage right now. Like,
you not?
I mean, the incumbent catching it every which way but lose, man. I mean, maybe I'm just not in these I mean, so I guess the algorithm feeds you what the algorithm feeds you, right?
Right.
And it show you what you looking at. It show you more of what you've already seen.
Yeah.
Right? And the stuff you say, oh yeah, I like that. So yeah, I guess it's showing what you want to see. So apparently my algorithm think I want to see them on the mayor's head, because everywhere I look, they are on the mayor's head.
They really is on his
everything.
He can't
the mayor didn't tie his shoes in the press conference. Why his shoes wasn't untied?
Right. And I mean, but I can look at all the except like one.
Okay.
I can really go in and get some strong, like this is what I see their strong suit at, right?
Okay.
And where I can see. So out of it's 5.
I don't know the number now. Yeah,
it's 5 or 6.
It's
Chris,
Maria,
Tampa Bay Breakfast Club on 99 Jam.
So 5,
maybe 6. Because I think
I don't think
go back to Africa. Dude,
I think he got out.
Okay, but so out of the 5 that we know of,
okay,
I can look at the 4.
Okay.
And see the good qualities, like their strength. And I can go in there and be like, okay. And then like the 2 underdogs that we would say would be Maria and Gabby.
Okay, Brandy Gabbert. Yeah.
Yeah, Gabbert. Sorry.
Yeah.
When you look at it, I can see both of their strength. Like Maria come in, she's gonna have a strict program. Like kudos to her, because Maria, she got in first.
Yeah,
she hit the road running.
Yeah.
She's like literally talking
qualified
to everybody.
Yeah,
she's going in there.
One that qualified by petition.
Right. And then she's going out there talking to the people.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm really doing the work. She's not waiting for like a whole bunch of, all this, but she's doing the grassroots for real.
No, that's true.
Right. And so you look at that and like kudos, because and then when you look at her policies, they're not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brandy.
Yeah.
When you look at her history on there, you know that she stand on business too, and she don't hold those grudges. She look for the middle ground, and that's something that you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From my experience, you look at it. So like it could go either way.
So I think we might need to just go ahead and do this whole breakout at some point, because that is information that people don't have. And so no, I like what you just did there. I see that. But it would be interesting to me. And it is interesting how with these races, this is a part of the thing that I think discourages good people from getting involved, particularly at the level of being a candidate, because people tell you, oh, well, it's almost like the national election, right? Like, okay, well, these are the top 2. And so it's basically telling you might as well don't even try, because this person going to do that, and it's going to be them 2. It's going to be out of these 2. And so it's like you got other options, folks. That's all I want to say. Like you do have other options. They're going to hold up, and the mainstream and the common media, they're going to lift up these 2 as your only 2 options that are viable in air quotes. But if you got somebody in the grassroots that you want to make viable, you got to make them viable with your vote.
Yeah.
And making them viable with your vote may mean that you don't give your vote to somebody who you think is already going to win. Like you got to be willing to vote for who you vote for, even if you don't think, in air quotes, that person can win. Like, I think that's another way that they trick us. Like, you have a good person, but you don't think that they can win. And so now people in the booth, like, I really like this person, but they can't win. So let me see if I vote for the person who I think gonna win. And then we lose.
But I think what the real thing is, the candidate that reaches the people is the candidate that wins.
Okay.
And this is how politics works.
Okay.
So if you are underdog or you the top classman, if you don't reach the people, you're not gonna get the spot.
Well,
I'll tell you, go in that booth and vote for you.
Well, I'll tell you.
Thank you for that.
To flip it, if the underdog don't touch the people, the top person wins. Because it's
touch the people.
Because like the top dog, like if your name, like when you go in that booth,
that's a form of touching the people. Though.
Yeah, but by your name,
it's like because I'm gonna tell you, I saw an ad from Charlie Chris, and I was like, man, this is clearly professional. Like this is a professional politician. Because like I've seen, again, my algorithm feed me the different ads.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the production value and all of them. I'm like, man, this dude here, like this is this is clearly like what he do.
So can I say they keep on saying how did you phrase it again? Professional
politician.
They keep on phrasing that. Oh, these professional politicians. We don't need another. Like when you go somewhere. Do you not want the professional to do it?
But not in politics.
No. Do you not?
But not in politics. That's
why not? Like you do.
People have been getting professional results and they're not happy with them. That's why it's the inverse. I get what you're saying. No, you want the best doctor. You want the best. But with politics, you don't want the person who has been doing. Well, I say not everybody, but
I think I hear where this is going, and what Mr. Edmond just, because I was with you until he spoke, and what he said just made me think about this. There's different professions where so like, okay, you might, when you talk about a professional, that sometimes speaks to qualifications, that speaks to history, that speaks to stuff you've been doing. But you might have somebody who know how to play the game, but they're just not a professional. Like I got my haircut from Eugene McGirt, one of the best hood trap barbers, but he didn't have no license. Some would say, well, he's not a professional barber, but he cut all of our hair. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? And so if I got somebody who just graduated from AIB standing up to Eugene McGirt, this is the professional and that's Gert, and I got to pick between the professional and Gert. I'm going with Gert every time.
But does that not make him a professional? Like you just said, he's still a professional.
In some people's eyes, that's kind of how we talk about it.
But a lot, just because you're the underdog, don't mean that
you're not a politician,
right? Yeah. And so they do. That's
and to be in politics and not be a politician is very difficult. Like straight up,
right? Like usually they're in there, but they use
professional politician.
No, well, professional politician.
We got to clear these words up.
We got to clear these words up. Let me tell you what they're saying. Professional politician.
And Maria is in the chat banging, y'all.
Okay, but
she putting some stuff in here too.
But a professional politician in my mind.
Y'all go to the comments. Check in if you're in the comments. Go ahead. Professional in your mind.
In their mind, somebody who has got hired for the job.
Okay.
Right, and this is a way to tell you not to hire them a professional politician. The person who done lost races is still a professional politician. They just didn't
win the race.
They didn't win the race, and this is a way to twist it.
But no,
so hold on. Oh, go ahead.
But I was just saying when they saying that, they really talking about people that's inside the machine.
Yeah,
people who are working the levers and people who are just doing the standard.
Once you get in, that's the part of the job too, though. That's what I'm saying. And so that's the other part of it. So Maria, she says the people must understand what the job qualifications are. The professional politicians simply don't have the administrative experience and managing in the public sector. And that's why the people keep losing out. And so when I hear that, what my thing is, if you're a professional politician, that means you're good at running campaign. According to this is my interpretation. You're good at running campaigns, but you may not be good at running a city. And so you want to look at the people who you think would be good at running the city, not just those who are good at running campaigns.
Okay.
If we can say it that way. That's kind of my takeaway.
When you look at it, just because you hold a position in politics don't mean that you can cross over.
What you mean?
Like, let's say you was a senator, like you're good at this, or let's say county commissioner, and you cross over somewhere else. You hold two different do two different type of roles.
That's a big one. That's a big one because a county commissioner to a mayor, one is a legislative job and one is administrative.
Right. And
so you've done 20 years writing the rules, but the administrator is the one who enforces the rules and like execute.
So you have to wear another hat. And that's just like
that's when you totally different job.
And so when you look at that, like, and then if you're here and there, so but just because you're a politician and you're in politics, that makes sense. That was my cross.
Yeah, that was your crisscross.
Yeah, that was my crisscross. Because sometimes you don't, you know what I mean? Sometimes
we got 4 minutes and I want to definitely take attendance, y'all. So y'all check in. If you here, let us know you're here. Put it in the comments. Say, I was here this morning. Let us know if you had coffee, if you had tea, what you drinking on for your, oh wait, I might not need to ask that. But yeah, if you was here and you chimed in, just put it in the comments, man. We want to know that y'all was here. We want to acknowledge those club members that are showing up consistently. Shout out to Yubi, Janet Michelle, Damian Davis, Brad. Thank you. We're gonna have to get you back another time. He said career politicians know too much and they often take advantage of the system. And so we're going to continue this conversation about career politicians. I hear where you're going with the professional, like you don't want to, resident when you got you know, 20-year seasoned doctor, but again, sometimes you just want Gert.
Sometimes you do, but look, like we're career, like in our and like to flip it, like we organize in our community all the time, and then they will, you know what I mean, and we're good at what we do.
Yeah, sometimes you get demonized, and I think that's the other piece too. So let's talk about it. I want to talk about what is politics. That's what we'll do on Freestyle Friday. We'll talk about what is politics. We also have a guest coming in, Brother Farad. He's going to talk about their youth program and the work that they're doing to engage youth over the summer. So lots of good things. And then this weekend, y'all, we'll put them in the chat, because I know you said the Backyard Boogie is Friday. You got Friday Night Done Right you got, over at Wildwood, Jenny Hall Pool. So
Saturday they're gonna be back out there on the Deuces, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a lot happening.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
Yeah, so y'all make sure that y'all tap in, tune in. Thank you, Marilyn. See, she understands this.
A lot of people here.
Marilyn says, I'm here and enjoying my morning coffee. I appreciate it. Yubi said he was here. Tiffany was here. Yeah. Miss Teresa, we know you here. Janet was here. Appreciate that.
Mama Blue say present.
Brian was here. Mama Blue present. Thank y'all for checking in. And final thoughts, y'all.
Final thoughts.
Go ahead.
I want to say, man, thank y'all so much for making us the place to be.
Yes.
We talking about politics and engaging people around the issues that matter. We planning some forums. We gonna really do it big for the community, man. If y'all want to help out, you want to volunteer, inbox us, because if you want to be a part of what we're doing, if you want to help us, we need our club members to help empower what we're doing, because without y'all, it's nothing.
Amen.
All right, be the change you want to be. Stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmond.
And we out.
Baby.